Welcome to the program. First of all, tell me, what does Liza, the new Liza FPSO, mean for Guyana? Liza Unity?
Liza Unity, arrived last year. Very excited about it. We just recently achieved first oil, we call it, on February the 11th, just over 2 weeks ago. So we're in our startup phase and starting to produce oil and delivering to Guyana. So it's our second production facility here in Guyana. Pretty exciting time.
And what does this mean in terms of employment for Guyanese? How Guyanese are being involved in this new FPSO?
Yeah, we have Guyanese actually working on the FPSO right now. So there's opportunities offshore, and that's a wide range of opportunities. As you know, Dennis, people live and work out there at up to 28 days at a time. So we have folks that maintain the facility, operate the facility, also take care of the facility from a cleaning perspective, housing perspective, cooking and serving food for folks and keeping them happy. And it's a home away from home. So there's opportunities offshore on the FPSO, and we're seeing that right now. But a bigger opportunity is really all of the onshore support activity that we have going on to make this facility run smoothly and safely. And that's at our shore bases and support infrastructure from our contractors and so on.
And in terms of specialized training for Guyanese, will this open up more opportunities for locals?
Yes, Dennis, I'm glad you asked me that. We trained quite a number of Guyanese, some of the top people I've worked with, as what we call operations and maintenance technicians. And a number of them are already working on the Liza Destiny FPSO. We plan to continue to do that for our future FPSOs. And we train them in specialized trades, so electrical, instrumentation, mechanical, process operations. It's a complex industrial facility offshore, and it takes quite a bit of skilled training in order to participate and make sure we operate safely and reliably. And so I'm excited about the Guyanese folks that we already have on and the ones we continue to want to train and move forward.
When we talk about an FPSO, a floating production, storage, and offloading vessel, essentially it's an oil-producing facility off the shore of the country or in waters. But let's try to put a size to it. I know you've been in Guyana for quite a while, so you know Georgetown quite well. How big is this vessel, say, from block to block on the street, in a street sense?
Yeah, good question. Block to block, Dennis, I can't recall, but I mean, it's the size of the Guyana National Cricket Stadium. That sort of size. I mean, it is a few hundred meters long. And so this is, it's a large industrial plant on a floating structure, as you say. And it's very complex. So a number of machines that all work together, I mean, tens of thousands of tons on this FPSO. It's similar to what you might expect of a very large container ship, but with processing facilities on top.
How does one ensure that there is sufficient safety aboard this new vessel compared to, say, the Liza Destiny, which you already have in place? You're working for more than 2 years now.
Yeah, thanks, Dennis. The Liza Destiny safe performance has been outstanding. So part of our approach to operations, we call it excellence in operations, is to continuously improve. The Liza Destiny team has gone now close to 900 days without a recordable injury. And what I mean by that is nothing more than a first aid injury. So just think about that, Dennis. Close to 900 days without anyone getting more than a Band-Aid. I mean, that is world-class, and the folks that are supporting that and the Guyanese team offshore, I couldn't be more proud. But it is world-setting, and it is a standard, it's a bar. So what we're planning to do on Unity is continue to raise that bar, continue to grow that safety culture, continue to ensure that people put themselves first, they protect their employees, they protect the environment. So far on Unity, we've been successful since the sail from Singapore and into Guyanese waters. We're close to 200 days without a recordable injury. Again, nothing more than a first aid. And we differentiate that, Dennis, because it's important that if anyone gets a slight scratch or requires a Band-Aid, we want to know about it, because sometimes while it was a small incident, it could have had the potential to be more. And so we record every single hurt, we call it. But to date, the performance has been outstanding. In addition to that, as far as training of people, procedures, execution, we continue to build on that foundation and success of Destiny to make Unity raise the bar even higher, and then get ready for our third FPSO that will come here, next year, the Prosperity FPSO for the Payara field.
Let's get down to the issue of production. You're the production manager. So in addition to health, safety, and environment and all of that and locals, you know a lot about the production. What's the maximum output capacity of the Liza Unity?
Liza Unity, it's been designed for over 200,000 barrels a day. And so you likely know that Destiny is at about 125,000 barrels a day. The Unity is quite a bit larger, so over 200 up towards 220 and potentially more. But that's the size. It's quite large. But Dennis, the current phase we're in now, we're in the startup phase. And while I am the production manager, I'm first and foremost the safety and environment manager as well, and that's part of my accountability. And so what we're doing is we're bringing on these initial wells. We have brought up quite a few wells initially, and we have to clean those up because there's what we call completions fluid in the well. That's part of the preparing them for production. And so we bring the wells online, we clean them up, we get the gas that we need to bring through our gas handling system in order to compress the gas and then re-inject it into the reservoir. So at the moment, what we're focused on is not the production numbers, it's getting the gas system ready to compress and inject to meet our commitment on background flare in the environment. And so we're just keeping production at a minimal rate to just get enough gas to commission the system, because this system is quite complex. There's quite a number of compressors that all have to work together to compress the gas. And just for context, our tires have, tire pressure around, say, 30 to 35 to 40 PSI, or pounds per square inch. The pressure that we have to inject and compress down into the reservoir is over 8,000 PSI. So these are large, complex machines that work in series, in a sequence, in order to achieve that high pressure, in order to do it safely. So that's where we're focused right now. We are producing, but the focus is squarely on compressing the gas, getting to a background flare, and meeting our commitments on the environment.
How many wells you have altogether that will be connected to the Liza Unity, and how many have been connected so far with all your pressurized systems being tested and going through the various phases?
We've cleaned up and prepared our first 6 wells. By the end of the year, we'll have up towards 10 wells, so we've made really good progress of getting those ready. But like, again, I say, the focus is get those wells ready, but then just bring on enough production in order to get enough gas to handle those machines and get it compressed. So from the production perspective, we're good, but that's not where my focus is. The focus is on the environment and getting our commitments met there. So
in all, there will be 10 wells that will be connected to the Liza Unity.
In total, that's the producing wells, and in the future there could be more. But we also have our gas injection wells, our water wells, and so there's quite a number of subsea wells that we have that we continue to develop into the future. But this year, that's the scope that we have for 2022.
And when do you forecast your first lift from the Liza Unity?
Yeah, that will be in March.
In March.
So it's even though we're producing at a lower rate, we have been producing for over a couple of weeks, and so we'll take our first lift sometime in March.
So on an average, about how many barrels are you producing now or per day with all your testing and preparation?
Yeah, it's a good question, Dennis. I think, by the end of the year, our target will be over 200,000 barrels a day. Today, I'm not focused on what the specific number is. I'm focused on making sure we have enough gas to compress and inject. So I'm not trying to avoid your question, but those numbers will come up and down as we get the wells ready and as we handle the gas systems. And then once we get the gas systems fully commissioned, then we'll start ramping up, and I'll be happy to share that we've, gone over 200,000 and potentially up to 220. But that's towards the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. And quickly, Mike, what assurances can you give Guyanese that this system will not result in excessive flaring? I know this has been a concern with the Liza Destiny, and you had a lot of trouble trying to get it right. What's new in this new FPSO to avoid a repeat of that situation?
Yeah, Dennis, like I say, these gas compression systems are complex. And so I think it's important to note that we did have challenges on the Liza Destiny with our flash gas compressor. People likely have heard of the flash gas compressor. It is one compressor in a series of compressors that use to inject and compress the gas. I think what's important is when the flash gas compressor is offline, meaning it's not working, we are still injecting close to 90% of the gas, meaning we're flaring 10%. Now, I want to get to 1%. So any amount above 1, we're working extremely hard. And so in context, it's not the full amount of flare we're going. Now, what I'll tell you is through the hard work of the team, we've been able to use the current machine we have to get down to 4%. So meaning we are now injecting or consuming 96% of the gas that we're producing from Liza Destiny. So we're at 4%. I want to get to 1. So Dennis, it's important that you put that in context that we're not flaring all the gas. We are working extremely hard to continue to lower that, and the team has found innovative ways. Now, we're also working on a new designed compressor for Destiny that'll get us to the 1%. But in the meantime, we're watching that really closely and continuing to improve. The plan with Unity is taking those lessons learned and ensuring that we get to that 1% or that background flare as rapidly and efficiently as we can. The flash gas compressor system on Unity is a completely different design, different manufacturer for the second and third stage, we call it. It's from Baker Hughes General Electric versus a Man Energy screw compressor. This is a centrifugal compressor, a different design, different manufacturer. So we continue to look for ways to improve and deliver on our commitments. But to date, I'm very proud of how the team has responded and delivering on continuing to lower our emissions. And that is the plan with Unity. And in fact, on Unity, we are the first FPSO, first ever in the world to achieve what's called the Sustain 1 notation. And that's been approved by ABS, American Bureau of Shipping, as meeting commitments on design and emission standards.
Mm-hmm. Okay, before I give you the parting shot, Mike, as production manager of ExxonMobil Guyana, what's light sweet crude for those who may still be wondering what's that all about?
Well, the crude that we have, it's light sweet, meaning it's a lower viscosity, easy to refine. It's valuable in the market. It doesn't have any what we call H2S, that is sour crude. So it's a valuable crude, and we're very fortunate. Guyana is very fortunate to have the type of crude quality that we have here in Guyana, and our team's working with the government, partnering with the government, make sure that we market that appropriately and try to get the best price we can and deliver on the benefits to Guyana.
Okay, your parting shots now, closing remarks, Mike.
Well, Dennis, I appreciate it. I say to my team every day, We're all very busy. We're all working extremely hard. The fundamentals for me are, as we put people first, we put the environment, and then we take care of business. And that's our focus right now as we work through the startup of Liza.
Okay, thank you. We've been chatting there with Mike Ryan, the production manager of ExxonMobil Guyana. Thank you very much, Mike, and have a great day.
Thanks, Dennis. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Bye.